Just wait for me, guys. Don't walk. Say hi.
Guests, students, welcome to the Thomas Edison Energy Smart School's 8th grade graduation for the year of 2019. Please take a moment as we play the music and introduce our students to give a round of applause for our students, faculty, and staff for all of the hard work that they put in this past year. That's not the right song. Nope. Nope. Graduation. Wrong song. Different song. All good. Sorry for the minor delay on that. All right, at this time, please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Pragnia Adapa. Wait, Pragnia, you can just use this one. Yeah, you can.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight of the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets broke away, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there.
All right, you may all now be seated. And I would like to briefly speak on behalf of the staff and the administration addressing the class now and congratulating our graduates. Good afternoon, 8th grade class of 2019. I know that we have limited time and it's quite hot out, so I'll try to keep this brief. One search on Google for inspirational quotes will tell you everything that you need to know about our culture's conflicting views when it comes to our relation to time. While you will find that life is full of contradictions and unexpected discoveries, today at least, we can pin down with certainty one thing with regards to time, and that is this. Time is always yours to make of it what you will. I'm extremely proud to be able to address this class today, as over this year, we've spent so much time together in class. I've seen you do your best work this year, and I've also seen the struggles that you've overcome to move past them. Although I've been with you this year, these past 9 years have been all you. They've been yours. They've been your decisions, your efforts, your late night studying, you're working to the last possible second on a test to make sure that your aching wrists and fingers have typed every single thing that you wanted to write. They've been your awkward moments trying to make friends, your frustrating moments trying to figure things out, and also your happy moments, those times when you actually thought you did figure things out, only to later realize that you hadn't really figured anything out. So these times have been yours, and so will be the next 4 years. As you enter high school, please try to remember this. Each moment is yours to make of it what you will. This entire year, I've advocated for you, each and every one of you, to have agency in your life. That means to take responsibility and know that you're in charge of the decisions that you make. As you move into your next 4 years, please try not to just make your parents and your teachers and the administration proud. More importantly, do the things that you know will make you proud of yourself. Speaking for myself and on behalf of all the teachers and staff and administration at the school, I'd like to congratulate you on your work this far and encourage you to make the most of every moment to come, both in your academics and perhaps more importantly, in doing all the things that you know are right. Thank you and congratulations to class of 2019. Not too bad. Okay. At this time, we will now hear from our Student Council President, Ujay Pamidigantam.
Good morning, graduates. As always, when you reach a key milestone, the next one seems so far away. When you entered middle school, high school probably seemed miles ahead, and now you're at the doorstep of a new and exciting chapter of your life. This is a proud moment to you, your parents, teachers, and mentors. I've always had a special connection with all of you, and I therefore feel truly honored to be a part of this event, celebrating an important landmark of yours. You're officially past the phase of your life where the primary objective was to enjoy the journey, collect memories, and build friendships. Make no mistake, all of that is still vital, but the trail you leave from this point forward will be gauged by a whole new yardstick. In short, you start building your legacy. Beyond meeting academic objectives and establishing a well-rounded profile, you have to seek opportunities to make a positive difference. You've probably heard a lot of petrifying stories about how high school is time pressures and full night's sleep is a rarity, and school life balanced well is a fantasy. I'm here to testify that all of that is true. However, you are fully equipped with the skills you need to have, and you have excellent teachers and mentors to guide you along. Before I finish, the advice I would like to give you is based off of some of my hard-learned lessons. All noteworthy accomplishments take considerable efforts and dedication, but the key is to recognize what goals require long-term commitments and gradual efforts. These are the things you want to identify early on and incorporate them into your daily routine. Greater challenges await, Perceive them as unique opportunities to help realize your dreams. Good luck and thank you. I would now like to introduce Mrs. Ghosh, who is the curriculum supervisor for middle and high school, and she would like to address the graduates on behalf of the administration.
Looks like it got better. The weather is. Yeah, that's all right. Good morning, honored guests. Am I able to see him? Right there. Graduates, students, and staff, a very warm welcome to all of you. We thank you for being part of our TICS family. Graduation is a special occasion. We celebrate the culmination of years of hard work, goals attained, success achieved. We have traveled together during the past few years to reach this important day. Our journey started with small steps, but it has taken us to remarkable heights. We have encountered trials and tribulations along the way. We soldiered on. We came out stronger. We have experienced exceptional moments, magical moments, and created memories that will be fondly remembered in the years ahead. I am honored to congratulate Thomas Edison Energy Smart Charter School's third set of 8th grade students, future class of 2023. It's hard to believe that middle school is almost over for these young men and women here. At this time tomorrow, you will be high schoolers. This is a huge milestone. Give yourself a big round of applause. Let's also give a hand to parents, grandparents, teachers, friends and family who helped along all the way and are here to celebrate along with you. I would kindly request the graduates to rise and give a big round of applause. Turn towards your parents and give a big round of applause, and to your teachers over there. Thank you, graduates. Please be seated. As we reflect on how we came to the celebration, let's begin where all good stories begin, at the beginning. Who can forget when we all came together for the first time and we committed to encourage and develop lifelong learning in the young ladies and gentlemen who sit before us this morning? We are kept to the commitment. Steadfast and determined, we keep going every day. We focus on our goals, we work together, our success as a middle school enabled the foundation of our high school. We are proud to welcome our third year into academies. Math and Science Academy, Environmental Science Academy, Management and Business Academy in partnership with Raritan Valley and NJIT, which increases the richness of our offerings. We came across incredible and memorable moments, the moments that we chose to use as a stepping stone as we tenaciously pursued our common goals of bringing up well-rounded citizens. And what a progress we made. I'm thrilled to share a few of the highlights. We are ranked in the state as one of the high-performing schools. We placed first in the Regional Science Olympiad in robotics. We placed in high rank in National Robotics. We proudly represented our school in Model UN, Spelling Bee, Geography Bee, as well as many others. Nevertheless to say, we are also going undefeated in our volleyball and basketball. Future class of 2023, we are very proud of you. May your years ahead continue to be characterized by hard work, empathy, compassion, and willingness to push your limits. May you always lead by example, work hard, and play fair. We wish you everything that you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been a privilege to watch your progress and cheer you on in your success. What you do may define your accomplishments, but how you do it will define you. We know this has to be a team effort. We are proud of all the families here present today and their willingness to work with us to produce the best results of our students. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2023. You did it. Thank you.
I'm guessing that was the balloons popping from the heat. Thank you, Mrs. Ghosh, for your encouraging words to our graduating class. Now I would like to take this time to welcome our guest speaker, Lonnie Allgood. Mr. Allgood, can you kindly come to the podium? Now while he's coming up, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about him. Lonnie's drive and determination helped him hone his athletic skills, and he received a full scholarship to Syracuse University. Soon after that, he was drafted into the NFL's Cincinnati Bengals. After several years of playing football, Lonnie realized that the path that led him to fulfillment needed to be shared with other people, especially today's youth. So today, he implements his beliefs and values into a program that he calls Dare to Dream, which has been shared in hundreds of schools in the tri-state, including New Jersey area. Between being a keynote speaker, motivational speaking, and helping improving the lives of children, Lonnie Allgood has spent the better part of his life giving back to the community. Let's give him a round of applause for his time with us today.
Good morning. Is everybody a little hot? See, I'm from North Carolina, and I grew up with 9 brothers and sisters, and my mother had a fan in the house. So we thought that was air conditioning. Then I got an education and found out all a fan does is blow hot air around. But anytime we complained about the heat in North Carolina, my mother would say, think cool. Think cool. Then I got to the NFL, we had 3 days and all this heat. And we get tired and the heat would bother us. And our coaches would say, think about the Super Bowl. Don't think about the heat. So for the next few minutes that I have you today, that introduction was really nice. But really the focus today, the day that you're graduating, I hope you always remember this day, it's on D-Day. So all over the world, as I'm looking at the TV and listening to the radio, reading the newspapers, all I hear about all over the world is about service today. And I really thought I'd be playing football my whole life. But in the 8th grade, my mother asked me a question. Never forgot this, 8th graders. I thought my mother was always talking Chinese because I never wanted to hear what she had to say. I thought she was mean. They called her strict, but my mother was mean. And my grandmother was twice as mean. But here's the thing I found out after 7 years in the NFL. When I thought the NFL stood for the National Football League, I found out that after 3 knee operations, 150 broken bones, and 12 concussions, and they didn't need me anymore because I was too broken of a man. My body was broken, that the NFL stood for not for long. See, my mother told me that when I was in the 8th grade, that the average player in the NFL lasts 2.6 years. And that the NFL is not a career, it's something you do for just a short period of time of your life. And I didn't think she had any idea what she was talking about. But in 8th grade, she asked me a question. She said, what's the 2 most important days of your life? I said, that's easy. I got this one. The day you're born and the day you die. And she looked at me laughing at me because I thought I had it. She said, you're halfway there. And I said, what do you mean I'm halfway there? She said, the day you're born is important, but the day you die is not important. I thought I had it, but I had to answer. Had outfoxed my mother. And then she said this. She said, the day you find out why you were born is the 2nd most important day of your life. See, I thought I was born to play football. I thought that's why I was here. I thought I was going to play till I was 65, get a pension plan, a rocking chair like the teachers, relax. And I didn't know after 7 years it would be over. At the age of 29, I'd be done. See, my mother had a rule in our house that I couldn't play football unless I got A's in every subject. And I said to her, I have friends, my quarterback, my running back, I was a wide receiver. I said, they get D's and C's and they're fine. And she said, do those boys live here? What's the answer, kids? No. See, my mother didn't have debates with me. She told me what to do. She gave me direction. And then she did something very important. Moms and dads out there today, a lot of people ask me what's wrong with our kids as I go from school to school. And I said, there's nothing wrong with the kids. Mom and grandma, that's all they need. To be a little bit stricter, a little bit meaner, hold them accountable, because today, when I leave here, I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to ask myself one question. Have I honored my mother and my grandmother today? That's the only question I'm going to ask myself. And in 8th grade, I wouldn't even thought of that, because I thought they were too mean. But today I know why they were there, to guide me, to inspire me, to make sure that I chased my dreams. But they took it to another level. My mother told me I was born for greatness. I don't know what your mom and dad or your grandparents are telling you today, but my mother told me I was born for greatness. And the other day I'm watching a show on Martin Luther King, and the documentary was about the fact that we still talk about him 50 years after he dies. And the documentary was asking kids questions. Why do we still honor Martin Luther King? The Dare to Dream speech? No. Going to jail for civil rights? No. His speeches in churches? No. How he inspired people? No. We still talk about him today because of his greatness. His legacy outlives him. And my mother told me I was born for greatness. She said, football won't be why you're here. That'll be just something you do. So today, as they read my introduction, it talked about the hundreds of schools I've been in, the thousands of kids I've had the chance to inspire, the hundreds of towns that I've walked into, and neighborhoods that are a little bit better because I walked in. See, I didn't know that there was a bigger picture, that I had a bigger purpose than football, but my mother knew in 8th grade. And I never forgot that question. Why am I here? See, the 8th graders, you have to ask yourself the question, why are you here? I go into schools and some kids are just taking up space. Some kids are behavioral problems. Some kids don't want to be there. So the next step you go to, the next year, because you're just going to the 9th grade, you're just going to trade seats. Wherever you're going, the question is, why are you here? Don't let anybody steal that from you. Because along the way, a lot of people try to tell me I was on a farm in North Carolina and my father didn't stay around. I had all these excuses that I couldn't be successful, but my mother, my grandmother wouldn't let it happen. They wouldn't take failure for an option. Every time I came in and I had an excuse about how bad things were, they would tell me about my great-great-grandparents growing up in North Carolina, picking cotton, during the bad days for immigrants in the South, and how good I had it. That I had no right to complain. They took my complaints away. That in front of me were all my dreams and goals. And beyond that, my greatness. So greatness will outlive me. And I didn't know this was going to happen in 8th grade. I played football, went on to Syracuse. Now today I have 3 businesses. One's called Dreams for Kids, where last year I gave out $100,000 in scholarships, and I hope the parents will make a little note today. But in November, I do a dinner at Rider University where I give out money to the best athletes in the state of New Jersey. I had 400 kids there from 21 counties in November this past year. 400 kids. Out of 400 kids, 90% of them were girls. 90% were girls. I have a daughter, so I appreciate that. But here's why 90% were girls. Because my athletes have to be more than athletes. My dinner's called Building the Complete Athlete. See, my mother told me football would not last because there's 4 legs on a chair of life. 4 legs. See, most athletes have 1 leg. So once their football is done or their career is done in sports, they fall down in the game of life. See, there's 3 other legs. And I didn't know she knew what she was talking about. Talking about chairs and 4 legs. I had no idea. And then she said this: after football's done one day, what's plan B? What are you going to do for the next 40 years? Because it'll be done soon. I didn't think she knew what she was talking about. And then she said, here's the 3 other legs. The first leg is academics. I control that seat I sit in. She said, I want you to be an A student because you have to be smart enough to chase your greatness in life. So she tricked me into being an A student. And because of that, I got a full scholarship to Syracuse University. So moms and dads, tell your kids, that's why. I know you may have discussions, how do I pay for college? You know how you pay for it? Be a great student. I thought it was just football. Be a great student. Second leg on the chair, character. My mother said, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, but her name was worth $1 million. Her integrity was worth $1 million. I didn't understand what she was talking about. I was in 8th grade. Now I understand that the only reason I'm here today is because of my integrity, that I've carried her name for the last 20 years. And I tried to honor it every single day. I didn't realize how important my name was. And in my case, I had my high school name, my college name, my pro team name, the states I played in, the cities I lived in. I carried their name. So today, 8th graders, as you sit here, your name is what you have. Don't let anyone ever tarnish that. If anyone brings a situation to you that's not going to help you get to the next dream or goal or to your next level of greatness, just don't do it. Anytime someone brought me something that was negative, I said, is this going to get me to the NFL? My favorite team growing up was the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I dreamed about, was playing for the Cowboys. And my friends would bring me the drugs, the alcohol, the cigarettes, the bad activity, bad behavior, and I would say, will this help me get to the NFL? So your character, who are you when you leave the house? Who you represent? And the last one, and one of the most important, is leadership. Whose life are you leading? See, a college coach from Ohio State told me he wishes every senior in high school would throw their cell phone away. And I asked him why. He said, because mom and dad were building followers, we're not building leaders. Because your kids pick up the phone in the morning and they start worrying about if Kim Kardashian took a shower. Justin Bieber had breakfast. Did Lil Wayne have a concert last night in that red outfit of his? Where when I woke up every morning, first of all, if I had asked my mother for a phone, she would ask me one question. Who's paying the bill? Conversation was over. I'm just saying, mom and dad, we can take our kids back. We need to guide them. As my mother used to say all the time, you only know what you know. We got to realize our kids only know what they know. You know so much more. So I asked him, why should they throw their phones away? He said, because every morning when he used to wake up, he would run out of his house, grab his best friend, and they would go out and write their life story every day. And I'm sure the moms and dads can understand what I just said. You would write your life story every day. You wouldn't worry about what everyone else was doing. See, now because of all this technology, at the push of a button, we should be smarter and we should be better. And for some reason, we're not. So use that phone as a tool, not something that runs your life. And he says when a kid comes to college, all-state football player, all-state lacrosse, he said he loses them for a year, maybe a year and a half, because they have no leadership skills because they've been followers for so long. And what he needs is for an athlete to walk into the locker room and lead the team to championships. Just like everyone here, you should be leading your life to your championship. So why are you here? I started with that question. And I also did finish up my quote from Martin Luther King. With the greatness, he had a quote in a church in Montgomery, and he said, everyone can't be famous, but everyone can be great, because greatness is a choice. I had no idea that my mother in 8th grade knew she was talking about. Then I read that quote from Martin Luther King, and I realized that my mother was trying to set me up for greatness. So today, because I do my dinner, give out $100,000 of scholarships, I build better kids from the inside out to win in the game of life, not sports, the game of life. And I hope I've honored my mother, my grandmother today. I also have honored my teachers, because I couldn't be here if a teacher didn't show up with a game plan for my greatness every day. So let's give your teachers a big hand for what they've done. And I'd like to say thank you for giving me a chance to share with you today. And I hope that in the future I can come back and be part of the school. And wherever you guys go, whatever you do next, just think of Dreams for Kids. If there's any projects we can do, because my whole focus with D-Day today is about the fact that young men and women stood up to give service to a greater cause that was bigger than them. And today we have freedoms to chase our dreams, to chase our greatness, because of what went on today. So thank you very much for a few minutes of your time. You guys have a great day. Thank you.
Let's give one more round of applause for Lonnie Allgood. I know my students can appreciate a good speech because we've worked on speeches this year. That's how you use a quote. That's a good use of quote there. Thank you again. I'm reminded of a story about balloons right now, but I'll save it. We will now, a little loud. We will now hear performances by the 8th grade and also by the high school band. First, the 8th grade will be singing the song Try Everything for us. Students, please rise. Ms. Taylor, you can lead them to the stage.
Tonight, I lost another fight. Lost to myself, but I'll just start again. I keep falling down, I keep on hitting the ground, but I always get up now to see what's next. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting it wrong. Yourself up, no need to run so fast. Sometimes we come last, but we did our best. Till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. I wanna try everything, I wanna try
Thank you, 8th graders. At this time, let me just fix that. Sorry about that. Can't be two places at once. Yeah. All right, let's try that again. Thank you, 8th graders, for that wonderful song. Please stay standing until everyone is in your row. At this time, I'd like to introduce our high school band, members of, who will be playing the song Eye of the Tiger for us for this graduation ceremony. right, thank you for that wonderful performance. At this time, I'd like to invite Suhas Kavuri from 8T and Pranjal Marpatya from 8G to read their speeches addressing the graduating class. All right, first will be Pranjal with his speech.
Well, this is it. We did it. We finished middle school. I still remember the day I walked through the double doors of 17 Schoolhouse Road. For those of you that don't know, that is the first location of Teaks. That first day of school, I was scared and worried about what will happen. I'm glad I chose to stay in the school, even though I felt as if I didn't belong there. But because I stayed, I have become the person I am today. With the schools, my peers have impacted me tremendously. So to all the teachers, faculty, to all my fellow classmates, and last but not least, my parents, for whom I wouldn't be here today, I want to say thank you. Thank you for teaching me so much throughout the years. Every single one of you have taught me something, whether it's how to excel at something or how to manage my time. I have looked up to you all for the past few years, and when we leave this year, I'm certain it's not the end of our journey, as it is the beginning to a new window of life. We all have a common ancestor, Teaks. We all have it in common, but when it ends, we have built such a strong relationship that it's no longer needed to stay together. As I stand here today, I also want to thank every single teacher. You all have prepared us so well for not only high school, but also life. You showed us what hard work and passion means. The amount of effort and dedication you showed allowed us to mature into the young adults that are here today. This school has given me more than an education, more than a family. It has given me a line of morality, a dream, and a standard to which I hold myself accountable both academically and morally to. This family has taught me what it means to stick by someone no matter what, and what it means to love someone unconditionally. Mr. Yildiz, Ms. Raja, Dr. Idos, Ms. Ghosh, and the entire Teak staff have supported the journey of me and my peers. The countless efforts put in have shown us the true meaning of hard work and dedication. As I look up today, I see a family which has given me a sense of purpose and a sense of determination. I know we all have our own paths, and I know our lives will take different courses, but let's take a minute to enjoy and celebrate this moment, the first step into adulthood. My favorite memory of Teak so far has to be the overnight trip to Stokes last year. For those 2 days, all of us bonded and created this memory of a lifetime. Talking all night to each other about even the silliest of things made us happy. I'm not going to make this too long or sappy, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all my friends, family, and teachers for making us the people we are today. The opportunities we attain come from your care and passion for our well-being. I love you all very much and cannot wait to see where we all go. Thank you.
We have all done it, once again, except for this time, we are finishing a much bigger chapter of our book than usual. As we all gather here today, our middle school lives are coming to a full stop right in front of us. However, the next chapter of our lives is brightly painted before us, and looking back at the past 3 years I've been in the school, I can firmly and confidently say that we are prepared for what is coming next, for the obstacles that we may encounter in our high school years. All throughout middle school, we took chances and experienced changes, physically and mentally. Chances with setting a higher standard for ourselves. Chances with trying to get a higher grade in class. Chances with extracurricular activities. Chances with new friendships and creating stronger bonds. Some of us have failed, but sprung right back up with the help of our peers and teachers. We have all experienced new atmospheres, all experienced the former break of relationships. Middle school is unarguably a tough journey from the very beginning. At the beginning of 6th grade, it felt like a step into a new territory, a leap forward when we had just mastered running. 7th grade was more peaceful as things got familiar, and we took a chance with new opportunities. Finally, in 8th grade, we had a realization that this was our last year together, for some of us, and went on with each person setting new goals for themselves. Forgetting all of that, there is one clear fact that sticks out. We would not be at this position without the continued help and support along the way. The unmeasurable amount of new knowledge is solely credited to all of our teachers who have taught us not only what is included in the curriculum, but things outside too. Not only teachers, but also parents who were always there cheering us during every game and picking us up after school whenever we needed them to. Nonetheless, we also needed to thank the administration for pushing us forward whenever we were falling backwards. Thank you to everyone who has helped me make my middle school journey a dream. and make experiences that I will not forget. Middle school was a chance for us to all know who we really were. Not forget that our life is not scripted, and instead of walking in the footsteps of others, we need to make our own. Middle school has given us a chance to learn to love ourselves and to love others, and to others to walk back without the fear of failure. Don't let the sadness from the past and the fear of the future ruin the happiness of the present. The next 4 years will be another chapter in our self-written book. We will once again show the world who we truly are. However, we will never forget the experiences and memories we have made here. Stokes in 7th grade, Six Flags this year, and going small every day at lunch has been an opportunity for us to come together and make moments. The memories will and can never be erased, and as we sit here awaiting our future, just remember, the real bravery shows when you are yourself. Thank you for letting me share my excitement with you today.
While they're returning to their seats, let's just give another round of applause for those wonderful speakers. And let's give them another round of applause. They're taking a long way. All right, at this time, we are going to move into the handing out of diplomas. Now that you're back to your seats, all 8th graders, please rise. We will now be handing out the diplomas. I'd like to invite Mr. Altaili and Ms. Batad to the stage. When they call your name, please come up. I also kindly request that Mr. Yildiz join us on the stage to hand out the diplomas to the students.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud of announcing 2018-2019 8th grade graduating students. Please give them a big applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yusuf Ali.
Aisha Amir.
Honia Armul Khan.
Rohit Bandi.
William Bongiorno.
Peter Brennan.
Alisa Nur Çelik.
Ankit Chauhan.
Pravalika Chintakindi.
Kirsten Connelly.
Muhammed Conte.
Chandini Crane.
Alisa Davina.
Ananya Dyapa.
Ayşenur Erdoğan.
Salahattin Gedik.
Renee Gordon.
Dear Guda.
Veer Guda.
Eva Joseph.
Miles Joseph.
Dhwani Joshi.
Suhas Kavuri.
Arnav Lakhia.
Catherine Lee.
Zain Mairaj.
Ranjal Marfatia.
Emma Mun.
Thomas Nichols.
Krish Patel.
Nihali Patel.
Alexandria Peer.
Gabriel Peer.
Harshit Rampuram.
Kanishka Reddy.
Ashay Sankhe.
Shivam Shah.
Sneha Shinde.
Nina Singh.
Meghna Timuraju.
Anjali Velanke.
Kulsum Zaidi.
And Süleyman Zayedi.
Before we move on, just congratulations to the class of 2019. At this point, Ms. Ghosh will lead us in the turning of the tassels. Students, please make sure that they are starting on the left.
Eighth graders, please turn your tassels from left to right to commemorate graduating from middle to high school. Congratulations, everyone.
At this time, that concludes our graduation part of the ceremony. Again, I'd like to congratulate our class. Let's give them another round of applause. I'd also like to thank the administration and the staff of TEACS this year for their overwhelming support, both of teachers and students. I know that even the teachers that aren't out here right now that taught you in earlier years are very proud of you as well. You will now have 15 minutes with which to take pictures. I know some of you want to take pictures in front of the arch, some of you want to use the stage. Please be mindful of the time. You have 15 minutes, and at that time, we will be holding a reception in the Learning Center for the students. Thank you all for coming, and again, congratulations.
Mr. Gross, can we get a class picture for class picture?
Yeah, we'll start with a class picture. The entire class, please come up. I guess use the same organization that you had.